Welcome to StraightForwardSports. As always, your host, Kari Jackson. And I'm joined with my two partners, Ian Holt, Jacqueline Kemp.
What's going on, man?
What's up with it?
Alright. So today we got the All-Star weekend coming up. It's not the traditional All-Star weekend that we used to.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, of course, but I think it's still gonna be a nice one. And recently they just drafted the teams. You got Team LeBron versus Team KD. I just want to know what y'all thinking about them All-Star rosters, because
Look, I really only looked at the starters, and from the look of it, LeBron, man, again, didn't he win it like the last 2
his
years?
team won last year. I don't know about the year before.
What it was him and Giannis again, right?
Yeah,
I want to say one. I want to say 1 or 2, because they end up coming back or something like that.
I gotta oppose to you on that. I gotta go with Team KD.
Nah, man.
Just because he got that depth. And I can't really necessarily say who gonna win. I'm not really sure who might win because it's an all-star game. It's always a toss-up. Nobody really playing for it. Nobody really out here competing.
I mean, nah, this
they
different.
competed last year.
Yeah, it's different. And it's the same as the Pro Bowl and NFL or whatnot.
Yeah.
They actually be playing. They be taking it serious out there. When it get to
Yeah, down the stretch.
Yeah.
I'm going with Ian, man.
You think Team LeBron got it?
Dude, you got LeBron, you have Giannis, you have Steph, you have Luka. We don't even care about Jokic. You could keep Jokic. You got those four right there. Like, bro, look, the starting fives is gonna compete.
Yeah.
They gonna compete, but the bench is what's gonna separate them, bro.
Oh yeah, they got Mike Conley. Yeah, that's a separation piece right there.
Like, and then that's another thing I want to touch on. All these players that have been deserving of making the All-Star team, they got snubbed. Like, who could you point out, Ian?
I mean, honestly, even though he still had the opportunity to play, I don't know if he injured and he don't want to play. Devin Booker.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if
he's
he injured it. Yeah, I feel like they're doing him wrong. Like, he's obviously an all-star, and he been obviously an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
But they continuously snubbing him. But I guess, man.
I feel like they doing my boy in Atlanta wrong. Trae Young.
Yeah.
Ice Trae. Why ain't? Come on now.
Doing himself wrong.
Those are the two biggest ones.
I would agree. Yeah.
Those are the two biggest ones. For the simple fact, you got Devin Booker, second best record in the West. He's leading his team, obviously. He's the best player on the team. He's leading the team in, I believe, points. That's pretty much it. But come on now. It's Devin Booker. He's the best player on the team.
It's the Suns. Come on.
Like, come on.
Suns been terrible.
And then I thought they always have, like, at least one person from the whatever city the All-Star game is in the All-Star game.
To host it, right?
Yeah.
That's how they used to do it. Because
Yeah.
you remember Dirk he hosted it when it was down here. Dwight Howard hosted it in Orlando. But those were, premier players.
No, I remember just recently, I know Kyle Lowry was, doing it when it was in Toronto. So that's why that's just confused. It was Kyle Lowry, man. And then I know Kemba had did when it was in Charlotte. So
That's what I was going to ask. I know it was in Charlotte a couple of years ago.
Nah, bro. And then Trae Young. I mean, Trae Young's numbers are better than Kyrie's on the season. The only thing Kyrie got over him is the fact that his team is better. But Trae Young has better stats than Kyrie. And Trae Young didn't even make the team.
do you think they didn't put him in there because, I guess the people would be a little angry?
I don't know, because it's kind of confusing how they run it. Isn't it the selections or nominations the starters is by fan vote, right?
Yeah.
Starters by fan vote, and then the reserves are by coaches, I think.
I think
They need to switch up the whole system, bro, because this is it's bad. It's honestly bad. It shouldn't matter what conference you're in, because you just do a draft every year. So it shouldn't even come down to 2 point guards from the East, 2 point guards from the West, or 3, whatever you want to do. No. Who's ever the best players, the best top tier premier players in the league should make the All-Star team, and that's who should be in the All-Star game. And Trae Young is arguably a top 5 point guard in the league.
Yeah. I don't think too many people argue with that one.
Yeah, and Devin Booker, you can honestly make the argument that he's right behind James Harden.
Trae Young didn't make it, but Chris Paul did. Come on now.
These are the things that we have to deal with that the NBA is putting us through, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't really, in my opinion, I don't think it should be an All-Star game. To be honest.
That Chris Paul, that's just sympathy. That's a respect to a elderly player.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
He's a veteran.
Yeah. We just got to put him in there. He's leading the team in assists and steals. We got to put him in. It's Chris Paul, top 5 point guard in his career, all time, whatever you want to say. Like,
Yeah.
he's not an all-star anymore at all. Besides that, though, where y'all think Blake Griffin gonna land, man?
My top 2 destinations, bro, probably go ahead, join the boys in Brooklyn, and go ahead, secure the bag. Go ahead, get you the ring. It's gonna be secured then. Or you can go the other way, go to the West Coast, join the boy LeBron. The Lakers be a good third option.
But I remember recently, I forgot who was interviewing Chris Paul, but I remember him saying that he missed having Blake Griffin around. I don't know if it'll be the same Blake Griffin, but you know.
Oh, no.
But
You don't
I can
think
see
so?
that. I can see that happening though.
I mean, it was reported that, the Nets are the favorites to land him.
Yeah.
Golden State, Miami, and Portland are also in the race. But this year, he's only averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Yeah. But what does LeBron do best?
He distributes the ball.
He gets the best out of everybody he plays with, right? So you don't think he could inflate his stats some more if he went
I don't even
to LA?
look. Me being real with you, I don't even think he's going to LA.
You're right. He might not end up there. I hope he doesn't go
I
to
think
the
he
Nets,
goes
though.
to Brooklyn, and if he does go to Brooklyn, I wouldn't say you could just go ahead and give it up and say that the Nets are going to win the championship, but it's going to be pretty hard to make the argument not.
Yeah.
But it's just like how much talent do you need?
To beat LeBron James.
It's not even just LeBron. How much talent do you need in general? Where's the competition at? Why everybody want to play alongside each other? I understand it's a washed up Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. But man, I love to see him in Miami though. I love to see him in Miami. I love to see him in Golden State
I like
or
Golden
Portland.
State.
Or Portland. Golden State, him and Draymond will look nice. Miami, him and Bam Adebayo will look nice. And Portland honestly needs another big because Enes Kanter is not it.
I haven't really checked him out that much this season.
Nobody watches Portland. That's just like what LeBron said.
Who watches Utah?
Who watches Utah? Like, come on now. They're the number 1 record in the league. Nobody cares about them. It's just cold hard facts, though. It is what it is.
It's for good reason. They're not gonna go anywhere with their record. Get to the postseason, run into the Clippers or LeBron. Yeah, record's gone all down the drain.
All right, so the NBA really don't give us too many good topics, honestly, in my opinion. But we finna get into the real juicy part of this.
Oh yeah,
The NFL. That's where the real men at.
yeah.
So J.J. Watt was released, of course, by the Houston Texans, and he was playing around with people's emotions on Twitter for about a week,
Yeah,
giving them signs. Maybe he might go to Buffalo. Maybe he might go to
Pittsburgh.
Go play with his brother, and he ultimately signs with the Cardinals. Which I think, does that make the Cardinals a true contender?
Where'd you get this one, Ian?
I don't think that makes the Cardinals true contender. I think that's just get them just a step closer. Their offense is really complete. They just missing like slightly a real running back and a number 2 receiver, because I don't think Christian Kirk is a number 2 receiver. I feel like he just a receiver who can come in and game some points of the game and just make a big play every once in a while. And, D-Hop is obviously the number 1, but they need another receiver and a real running back. But that defense looked nice. That defense looked nice. Very nice.
I was with you at first. You said they need a number 1. They need a number 2 probably, and a running back. I agree with that part.
You can't go wrong with their defense at this moment. Nah, because you got to think about it. Hassan Reddick looked nice last season. I'm not even going to say Hassan Reddick looked nice last season.
When you run into somebody with double trouble like the Vikings or like the Browns or something, who got a decent number, who got a good number 2 receiver, who gonna guard him? Who
I
gonna guard
understand
their
that.
number 1 receiver?
I
'Cause at this point, it don't look like my boy AP can. What's his
Look,
name? Pat P can do
you
it.
gotta think
anymore.
about it though. What if they can get like how the 49ers was? Because the 49ers cornerbacks wasn't really that decent the year they went to the Super Bowl or whatnot, but they got enough pressure to make their front seven was good enough to make their cornerbacks look decent or whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel like Cardinals can do that.
But they were like the Chiefs are. They're good as a unit. They're not really great individually, but they're great as a unit.
Not really. No, not really. Because that secondary was terrible. The
Yeah.
49ers secondary was terrible. But that front seven was
And how we know
great.
J.J. Watt is the same J.J. Watt? And how we know Chandler Jones gonna come back from his injury being the same?
That's true. Now, that's true. At this point, we just really, taking a chance on it. But I think he can.
And the most important pressure that the D-line get, it be in your face. It don't be on the edge. It be in your face. They don't have no interior rush. They got great edge rushers, but they don't have no interior rush.
That's true.
I think great is pushing it. But I agree with it. I agree with Jacalyn. Look, bro, you was in on the Cardinals last year. It looked like it sound like you in on them again this year.
Look. I was in on the Cardinals last year, and they actually did, not as good as I thought they was going to do, but,
Yeah.
Better than they
A lot
did
of
the previous year. And I feel like they can only go up from here.
We ain't even touched the offense yet.
Yeah, like you said, you got J.J. Watt, you got Chandler Jones. That's cool and all, but J.J. Watt done missed 32 games in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You got 16 games a year. That's what, about 64, somewhere around there. I want to say he's missed about 32 games is 2 whole seasons. He's missed 2 whole seasons in the past 4 years. Chandler Jones, I don't know exactly how many, but he's missed games too. It's cool and all that they done led the league in sacks, those 2 people since 2012, but you don't got a number 1 corner. Like you said, they ain't got nobody to guard a number 2. If you ain't got a number 1, you ain't got a number 2. I just don't see the defense is going to be a problem for them. And Hassan Reddick is going into free agency. You have to worry about the problem of bringing him back now. Are you going to be able to get him back is the question. And
is the guy of the draft last year really that guy? Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah.
Because this year he didn't show that much.
I mean, because he didn't really even get that much snaps this year. But
That's
when he
the
was in,
problem,
I think he made some good plays. I mean, you can put him anywhere though, so that's why I feel like he's he gonna be that guy.
Yeah, I think they need to go ahead and move him in the box.
So
he wasn't playing down in the box.
Nah, they had him in safety.
That's the problem. They need to put him down in the box.
Yeah.
They need to go ahead and get rid of either Jordan Hicks or Devondre Campbell. Them dudes are old and collecting money for no reason. Get them up out of there. Slide Isaiah Simmons down into the box. That's who's gonna guard your tight ends right there. And
You got a 6'4" or something, run a 4.3.
yeah, and see that's what's funny. I'm glad you said that they weren't really playing him because they really weren't even playing Byron Murphy like that. They was using Byron Murphy as just somebody to come in and blitz off the edge and things like that. Like, what are you sending him off the edge for? Come on now. And I also don't think that Kingsbury is the answer.
Whoa.
I don't know about that one.
He's not.
They had one of the best rushing attacks in the league, right?
They had one of the best rushing attacks,
With King and Drake.
and his quarterback is Kyler Murray.
Yeah. That's why he's the answer.
Look here. I didn't realize how fast Kyler Murray was until this year you pointed out to me that he's just that fast.
Be scooting.
He's that's why they were one of the best rushing offenses, because of Kyler Murray.
I gotta disagree.
Kenyon Drake was a product of him this year, and Chase Edmonds.
I don't know about that.
They were products of Kyler Murray because
They were so scared to call it.
Yeah.
They just figured we would
he was
just
like
let
this
him
little
run.
short midget just running around people like those little bitty legs just moving, squirming. People got scared of that, and I was scared honestly watching him because that's just how fast he was. Dude you blink 1 second and he's down the field.
But when the Cardinals got Cliff Kingsbury, where would they go? Bring in a prolific offensive coach. I think they succeeded with that.
There's many.
Yeah.
Let's just go with a theory real quick. Drew Brees is about to be out the door. If I'm Arizona, I'm going to go get Sean Payton.
Yeah, of course. You can get you a legendary coach like Sean Payton. You go for him, but You could just take the harder way and just build with Cliff Kingsbury like you've been doing.
Kingsbury is not the answer.
You got. What's the most important player on your team? Your quarterback. Your quarterback loves Cliff Kingsbury. I think you got to stick with him.
Just because we love things all the times that aren't good for us.
Yeah.
But I feel like, the Cardinals get rid of Cliff Kingsbury. I feel like that's kind of pushing Kyler Murray away from him.
I say you give it 2-3 years. If you don't make it to the conference championship or the Super Bowl, he's got to be out the door. I think that Kingsbury is just like Mark Jackson. The Warriors got rid of Mark Jackson, hired somebody that was, I wouldn't even say more qualified, but he elevated those players because he once was that type of player that he was coaching. You go get somebody, not saying that you find another former quarterback or something of that nature. No. You find somebody that is a legendary offensive mind, and I think this team will go to the next level. And they're still missing. They still got holes in the offensive line. Yeah. Not that you really need an offensive line with a Kyler Murray, but you would love to have the luxury of having a offensive line that can stand up for you, that's going to not let your quarterback take that many hits. Kyler Murray took a lot of hits, and he was under a lot of pressure this entire season.
Not a lot of quarterbacks need an offensive line, but I believe Kyler Murray does. Dude's 5'11", 200 pounds.
Yeah, but
that's not a big frame.
He don't need an offensive line.
That's not a big frame that's made to take hits like that.
I mean, yeah, but honestly this season I don't really see him take too many hits.
Yeah, he don't put himself in harm's way.
He is too fast to sit there and get hit.
Yeah, it's like the Lamar thing. You don't see Lamar taking hits because he's just running by people, sliding.
Lamar was different this year. I don't know what he was on. I didn't see him run as much. Like, he'd have a wide open. I
feel like he wanted to prove people that he can just throw the ball, but he wasn't equipped with those things to run the ball. I mean, to throw the ball this year.
With an arm.
Man, look. Hey, you ready to talk about Lamar? Is that what I'm hearing?
Let's get to it, man.
Is Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield worthy of their contract extensions? Is it about that time?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yes. Especially Baker. I say Baker more than Lamar.
Okay.
Only because, honestly, because the Browns is the worst franchise of all time, correct? And the fact that Baker could have at least took them to the playoffs, man, I just feel like you got to give him his money for that, man. You got to.
You want to touch on Lamar? Or you want me to go ahead and go in on both of them? All right. I say Baker does deserve a contract extension. Just because you found the offense that you can run. That offense that they ran, that can win you a Super Bowl. Figure out a way to extend Nick Chubb. Hopefully you can keep Kareem Hunt, or you can draft you a running back if he decides to leave eventually. You do that, and for Lamar, he does not deserve a contract extension just because he's handicapped. He handicaps the offense. I believe he handicaps the offense just because. He's not a throwing threat.
Yeah, but at the same time, he handicaps the offense, but at the same time, he is the offense.
If you playing Lamar Jackson, if I'm playing Lamar Jackson, I'm going to the week saying I'm going to make him beat me with his arm. That's what the Bills did.
Timeout. Both of y'all just said that Baker Mayfield is worthy of a contract extension.
Yes. Because he fits the offense better.
Let me just ask this question. Let's go beyond that. Around what numbers year to year? 30, 35, 33, 38.
All right, so check this. Who you see winning the Super Bowl first? The Browns or the Ravens?
The Browns going to win the Super Bowl, but it ain't going to be Baker. It ain't going to be Baker the reason why they won. Look here. First off, you're both wrong if you ask me. You're both wrong, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Baker relies on the running game. He can't win a game on his own. You put the ball in his hands, he's throwing picks left and right. He can't make decisions on his own. He can't make the audibles at the line of scrimmage to get his team in the right position to win.
I got a question for you.
It blows my mind. He plays better without his number one receiver. Who does that? Like, let's just ask ourselves that. He hasn't thrown for 4,000 yet, not one time in his career. He hasn't thrown for 30 passing touchdowns, not one time in his career. He's not. No, Baker's not worthy. Look, okay, he's worthy of a contract extension. He's not worthy of a premier or even above average quarterback's contract extension. I would barely give him $30 million.
That's all. He's a $30 million quarterback. 32 at the most.
Makes sense.
How many interceptions did Baker have this year?
I want to say about 14, 15. That's too much.
I don't think so.
But only like 26 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, 26 passing touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
This year. Baker
Yes.
Mayfield.
Yes,
You sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds more
Put a
right.
case of do on it.
Let's go for it.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure on that one. Baker is made. He's made for that system. He ran. Kevin put in the same system. Am I right or am I wrong?
You right.
I need my stuff.
Do you still trust? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you trust Baker in big moments?
Yes.
To have the ball in his hand to make the right decision, to win games, to win down the stretch.
To make the right throws? Yes. Do I trust Lamar to make the right throws? No.
Why?
Because he's not a thrower of the football.
So you believe that Baker Mayfield,
Is a-
game manager Baker Mayfield, is worthy of a contract extension, but you don't think a former NFL MVP is worthy of
Will
a
Lamar Jackson ever do that
NFL?
again?
Yes,
No. And we all know he won't.
Yes.
That is never happening again.
it will happen again.
I don't even think he'll let it sit. I don't even think he will let it happen again.
I just can't. I can give him a contract extension, but since his credentials, he's gonna want a lot of money.
Look,
What are you thinking about? 40 million probably.
He's worthy of it.
He's
He
not
is
worthy of it.
Lamar Jackson is the offense.
He
Without
is.
Lamar
Yes.
Jackson, they will still be in the gutter, right where Joe Flacco. I was finna say Lacko, but it wouldn't make a difference. Right where he was leading them.
If I'm paying the quarterback $40 million a year, I'm expecting a Super Bowl sometime down the road. Lamar's not going to get you to a Super Bowl with his arm. Cause
That's
what
not
you have
how
to
the
do-
league works. You pay quarterbacks 30, 40 mil. Kirk Cousins was getting 38, 40 mil. Well, what does Kirk Cousins do?
Kirk Cousins looked good for a little
Kirk
bit.
Cousins can't win in prime time moments. We have seen Lamar Jackson beat this guy that you're talking about needs a extension. Baker Mayfield in a prime time game,
That was
a
the defense.
thriller at that.
That was
and
the
he
defense.
threw the ball all over that defense.
That was a defense to the defense. Can't give it to the offense.
I can't believe you, man. Look,
So you trust Lamar to come back from down in situations with
I
his
trust
arm?
Lamar before I trust Baker Mayfield.
That's disrespectful to Baker.
Like I said, Baker isn't even the best game manager in the league.
And who is?
Ryan Tannehill, and he shouldn't have gotten paid.
Of course not. You
So
got
what-
paid before. How you get paid before the offense?
So how you gonna expect? How you gonna expect Baker to get paid and he ain't even the offense? You could put half of these quarterbacks in the league.
And they can do the same thing Baker doing.
Yes. How hard is it to turn around and hand the ball off?
You're right.
75% of their plays, if I'm not mistaken, about 70 they was running plays, man.
Let me
He
tell you
was
what Baker
handing it
got.
off to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt all game.
Let me tell you what Baker got. A lot of people don't have.
I don't care about his moxie.
Ah,
What does that have to
come
do
on.
with anything? Just because he showboats and I'm that dude, I'm Baker Mayfield. That doesn't win you
I
games.
mean, but that brings another
Yeah.
energy to the team. Though.
it brings another energy. But is that going to win you games? Is that no?
I mean,
Drew
Drew Brees don't got the moxie. He wins. Aaron Rodgers don't got the moxie. He wins. Tom Brady don't got it. He wins.
They all
Big
have
Ben
a-
don't got it.
They
He
all
don't
have
win.
an it factor. Lamar doesn't have that. I don't
Lamar
think-
doesn't have the it. His
Just-
play. Lamar energizes his team in game just off of what he does.
I'm just saying, Lamar's not going to win you a game because he's not going to do what a quarterback needs to do, and that's throw the football. Lamar is not a great thrower of the football.
Who does he have besides his tight end that he?
but
can,
that's
that he-
not why he's that. That doesn't affect his accuracy.
Until we see them put other weapons around him, we will never know what Lamar can do with an actual potent offense.
You gonna pay a receiver $20 million to block? I'm not paying no receiver $20 million to block for nobody.
Hey, honestly, all Marquise got to do is just outrun a couple dudes. He can't even do that.
Oh, he cannot run him, but Lamar gonna overthrow him.
Man, look, Lamar wasn't overthrowing him when he went down to Cleveland and won that thriller. Was he?
That's one
Was he?
game.
Head to head. Yo man, my man. My man came out with the dub. Baker's not worthy of it, man.
But
Until
they
I
do-
see him.
Who made it further in the postseason?
And If we being honest, both of them made it to the same spot. They both made it to the divisional round and lost. Chiefs knocked out the Browns, and it should have been worse. And
You're right.
what's the name? The Bills knocked out the Ravens.
Are you sure?
You're right. Chad Henne don't come in.
Yeah,
It's
it would have
probably
been
gonna get
worse.
bad.
Would have been way worse.
But who tried to come? Who was coming from behind?
He was coming from behind, but did he come from behind? Did he ever win?
How many points did that offense for the Ravens put up that week? 7, I believe.
Okay, cool.
7 points.
Hey, at the end of the day, what happened to both teams?
That's a heck of an offense. 7 points.
At the end of the day, what happened to both of the teams?
They both lost.
They both lost, right? They both went home.
Yeah.
So I don't care if you had 30 or if you had 7. You
But
still
if
lost.
I'm the coach, if I'm Kevin, I'm sleeping better knowing my quarterback did his job.
What job has he been doing?
With put points up on the board.
Expectations, yeah.
He was throwing. He was throwing dots that game, I believe.
How hard is it to throw the ball to Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry,
Donovan People-Jones,
as
Rashard
a
Higgins,
Austin Hooper, David Njoku? That sounds like a really good offense to me.
Not
Yeah.
really.
That sounds like a really good
comfortable.
offense.
I feel comfortable giving you the offense, knowing
And
knowing
he
that you-
still couldn't flourish with those weapons. We still were asking ourselves, does Baker need to keep handing the ball off?
Yeah.
I mean, when you have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield, I mean, you got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the
You're a
backfield. Why
quarterback.
are you not running
You're a
the ball?
quarterback.
Nah, that
You're a
doesn't
quarterback.
make sense, though.
But you're a quarterback.
You have 2 top 10 running backs in the backfield.
Okay, he had the same offense last year, right?
Okay.
And they missed the playoffs, correct?
Yes.
And that was when he was throwing the ball, correct?
Yeah.
I guess.
When
I'm
we
not
put the
saying-
ball,
I'm
when
not
we put the
saying-
ball in Baker Mayfield's hands, those are the results you get.
Not necessarily, because in the postseason with the Chiefs, they put the ball in his hand because they need to come back. And what happened? It came down to one stop on the defense, and they did not get
And
it.
he couldn't convert against the Chiefs defense. Thank you.
That's not what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
That's
Thank
not what
you.
I'm saying.
Was one of the best offensive lines in the league, the best running back tandem in the league.
The running back gone at that point. You trying to come back? You got to come from behind.
He shouldn't be behind. That's the problem. His team is too good, and he will never. Baker, like you said, who's gonna win first? I give it to the Browns, but it won't be because of Baker.
You're right. I'm not saying Baker is the key piece to winning the games. Baker is what makes. What am I saying? I can't explain it. Baker is. He helps the offense flow better because when you need to put it in his hand, he can make plays. You see what I'm saying?
Like I said, Baker's not even the top 15 quarterback.
That was disrespectful.
Based off of this season, he wasn't even the top 15 quarterback.
That's not true.
Are you taking his second half? The second half, he was top 15.
He wasn't.
When Odell got
We're
hurt,
talking the entire season, he wasn't top 15.
Odell went down. He
Better,
started
actually.
balling out.
No, he's not. Baker Mayfield, game manager of the year, runner up behind Ryan Tannehill.
Not really. You kind of got to put him over Ryan Tannehill.
Why?
I mean, because, like, I think they made it farther than Ryan Tannehill, and their record was better than
Ryan Tannehill plays better down the stretch. He doesn't make those head scratching
Yeah.
throws. And Ryan Tannehill's better than Baker, honestly.
But you can see the maturity in Baker's game. He keeps progressing. He's going to get better and better as the game goes. You don't see it?
You don't see the progression in Lamar's?
No, not at all.
I said he tried this year. It didn't look too good.
Honestly, his MVP season, I actually seen some nice throws. He actually made some very beautiful throws that season. But I mean,
he was trying to be so much of a pass threat that off defenses didn't mind playing pass coverage, just sitting in zones and letting throw me the ball. Basically, what the defenses were saying.
Man. What y'all think about Pittsburgh restructuring that contract for Big Ben? Is Pittsburgh going to be a threat this year?
no.
No,
Simple as that.
offense is terrible. Who are they running backs? Benny Snell. Ryan.
They sure
Conner.
did release James Conner.
James Conner, yeah. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Juju. Who's scared of Juju?
I don't even think they're gonna resign him.
Yeah, they might
I
get rid
wouldn't.
of Juju. And who else? Chase Claypool. Sorry, you're not it.
No.
Now O-line, I heard it was looking horrendous out there.
I think it's depending on this offseason, man.
But do you think Big Ben can get it done?
Pittsburgh has been known for drafting some really good players in the later rounds. I think they can make some good picks this year, and it's gonna be based off of the offseason, man. That's what it's gonna come down to because whether the defense is set.
Yeah.
You just need the offense. You just need to piece together the offense.
So you think Chase Claypool can get it done? I mean, I'm sorry, not
Well,
Chase
he's not a
Claypool.
number one. I think they're re-signing Juju. I think Juju stays in.
But I don't even think. I don't
Do
even
you
see
believe
Juju
he's
as
the
the number
number
one though.
Huh?
Do you believe Juju's the number one?
He ain't gotta be a number
I'd
one. He's
take
gonna be the
Chase
number.
Claypool as
He's
the
the
number
number
one
one in
Juju.
Pittsburgh. He's gonna get the number one coverage. He's gonna get all of that.
I don't even think he was the number one really last year.
Who was that?
It was looking like what's his name, Deontay Johnson.
No, Deontay Johnson was the favorite target. I'd say that.
Yeah.
But he ain't the number one. I'd say slot. He third string. Dude, I just think the same thing that happened to my Patriots. Same thing that happened to the Steelers. Except they weren't as good as my Patriots. It was a lot of potential that both teams had. It just didn't work out. It didn't come to fruition. I say that because when you're looking at both of those teams, those were two premier defenses, and then you also had an offense in New England that looked really good when they smacked Pittsburgh opening night, and they had the weapons. You had Julian Edelman, you had Josh Gordon, you had AB at a point. You had the weapons, but it just deteriorated. Same thing in Pittsburgh. You had the weapons. They just didn't put it together, honestly, because they were just dropping wide open catches. You got Eric Ebron, you got Chase Claypool, Juju. You don't need to. It's hard to explain this, but you got the talent. You just got to put it together.
Yeah. But do you think I'm sorry. What's the name? Big Ben. Do you believe Big Ben can still get it done?
He's good enough to win games.
I don't think so. He didn't even look good this year.
This is a new NFL we seeing now. It's a lot of scoring. That offense don't score no points.
That's why Drew Brees got to leave.
Oh no.
Cause you can't put the ball 20 yards down the field. So
You think Jameis is a better answer for now?
No, but I just think Drew Brees need to get.
They need to chop it all down and just start rebuilding because they already negative like 50 mil in cap.
Yeah.
They just need to go ahead and call it quits. You know what I'm saying? Had a little Mardi Gras every year because that's the best thing that's coming to New Orleans. It's the best thing.
Got the Zion show. Don't forget about that.
And keep watching your Pelicans because that's the best thing that's coming through New Orleans for the next 3 to 5 years. It ain't going to be them Saints. You ain't going to be talking about who that no more. But we going to go ahead and close it out on this, man. As always, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Straightforward Sports.